Slow, golden hour aerial of an old Haitian courtyard, worn stucco walls, ritual altars with pink fabric and candles. Picture this. You're standing on the shores of Haiti, waves crashing at your feet, when suddenly the ocean itself seems to whisper ancient secrets. The water shimmers with an otherworldly presence, and local fishermen bow their heads in reverence. They know something you don't, that beneath these Caribbean waters dwells one of the most powerful spirits in Haitian Vodou. Today, we're diving deep into the mysteries of Agwe, the sovereign ruler of all waters, whose influence extends far beyond what most people understand about this ancient spiritual tradition. When people think of Vodou, they often imagine dark magic or Hollywood horror movies. But the reality is far more beautiful and complex. Agwe represents the life-giving force of water itself, the spirit who controls not just the seas around Haiti, but every drop of moisture that sustains life on Earth. His story is one of power, protection, and deep spiritual connection that has guided Haitian communities for centuries. Let me take you on a journey that will completely transform how you see both the ocean and one of the world's most misunderstood religions. By the end of this exploration, you'll understand why fishermen still pour rum into the waves before setting sail, why certain songs can supposedly calm the roughest storms, and how an ancient African deity became the guardian spirit of an entire island nation. Agwe's origins stretch back across the Atlantic to the kingdoms of West Africa, where water spirits were revered as essential forces of nature. When enslaved Africans were forced to the Caribbean, they carried these sacred traditions in their hearts, adapting and preserving them despite unimaginable hardships. Agwe emerged as a fusion of various African water deities, becoming uniquely Haitian while maintaining his ancient power and wisdom. In Vodou cosmology, Agwe holds dominion over all bodies of water, from the vast Caribbean Sea to the smallest mountain stream, but his influence extends beyond the physical realm. He governs safe passage for travelers, the success of fishing expeditions, and the delicate balance between land and sea. Sailors and fishermen consider him their primary protector, while those seeking emotional healing often turn to his cleansing waters for spiritual purification. What makes Agwe particularly fascinating is his dual nature. He can be both nurturing and destructive, calm and tempestuous, reflecting the ocean's own changing moods. Ancient stories tell of his incredible generosity to those who show proper respect, providing abundant catches and safe voyages. Yet these same tales warn of his terrible wrath when crossed, describing hurricanes and shipwrecks as expressions of his displeasure. The visual imagery associated with Agwe is rich with maritime symbolism. He's typically depicted as a handsome naval officer, complete with military decorations and captain's insignia. This representation reflects both his authority over the seas and the influence of European colonial imagery that became incorporated into Vodou iconography over time. His colors are primarily blue and white, echoing the Caribbean waters he commands, though green is sometimes included to represent the deeper ocean depths. During Vodou ceremonies, devotees create elaborate displays to honor Agwe. These often include model ships, seashells, blue fabrics, and images of sea creatures. Practitioners prepare special foods associated with the ocean, fish dishes, coconut preparations, and rice cooked with seafood. The altar decorations transform ordinary ritual spaces into miniature seascapes, creating an environment where Agwe's presence can be felt more strongly. Music plays a crucial role in connecting with Agwe's energy. Specific rhythms and songs are believed to call his attention and invite his participation in ceremonies. The drums echo the sound of waves against the shore, while singers chant in Creole, the language that carries the deepest spiritual meaning in Haitian Vodou. These musical traditions have been passed down through generations, with each community adding their own variations while maintaining the essential spiritual core. One of the most remarkable aspects of Agwe worship is the concept of spiritual possession. During intense ceremonies, devoted practitioners may experience Agwe mounting them, temporarily taking control of their consciousness. When this happens, the possessed person takes on Agwe's characteristics, speaking with nautical terminology, moving with the fluid grace of ocean waves, and displaying knowledge they wouldn't normally possess about maritime matters. Witnesses describe these possessions as both beautiful and awe-inspiring. The possessed individual might demand proper naval honors, speak of distant shores they've never seen, or demonstrate an uncanny understanding of weather patterns and ocean conditions. These experiences are considered genuine spiritual encounters, not theatrical performances, and they form the foundation of many believers' faith in Agwe's reality and power. The practical aspects of Agwe worship reveal deep connections between spirituality and daily survival. Haitian fishing communities often begin their day with prayers to Agwe, asking for safe passage and successful catches. Before major voyages, elaborate offerings are prepared. Bottles of rum are poured directly into the ocean, while special foods are cast upon the waves as gifts. These aren't mere superstitions but vital spiritual practices that provide psychological comfort and community solidarity in the face of the ocean's dangers. Modern Haitian immigrants have carried Agwe's worship to new shores, establishing communities in places like Miami, New York, and Montreal, where the LUA continues to receive devotion. Interestingly, his influence has adapted to urban environments, with some practitioners believing he governs city water systems, swimming pools, and even the emotional currents that flow through metropolitan areas. The healing aspects of Agwe's power deserve special attention. Water has always been associated with purification and renewal, and in Vodou practice, Agwe's waters are believed to wash away spiritual pollution, emotional trauma, and physical ailments. Ritual baths prepared under his guidance are said to provide relief from depression, anxiety, and the lingering effects of past traumas. These practices demonstrate how ancient wisdom addresses modern psychological needs. Environmental consciousness appears throughout Agwe traditions, though it predates contemporary ecological movements by centuries. Devotees understand that disrespecting the ocean brings consequences not just spiritually, but practically. Overfishing, pollution, and coastal destruction are seen as offenses against Agwe that will inevitably result in reduced abundance and increased natural disasters. This perspective offers valuable insights for modern environmental stewardship. The relationship between Agwe and other LEUA in the Vodou pantheon creates a complex spiritual ecosystem. He works closely with Yamoja, sharing dominion over maternal waters and fertility. His interactions with land-based spirits like Papa Legba, who controls crossroads and communication, demonstrate how Vodou sees all aspects of existence as interconnected. These relationships teach practitioners about balance, cooperation, and the importance of honoring multiple spiritual forces. Contemporary research into Haitian Vodou has revealed sophisticated psychological and social functions within these traditions. Agwe worship provides community cohesion for maritime populations, emotional support during difficult times, and practical guidance for ocean-related activities. Academic studies suggest that regular participation in these spiritual practices contributes to mental health, social stability, and cultural identity preservation among Haitian communities worldwide. The artistic expressions inspired by Agwe demonstrate the creative power of spiritual devotion. Haitian artists create stunning paintings, sculptures, and ceremonial objects that capture his essence. These artworks often feature swirling blues and whites, nautical symbols, and imagery that bridges African traditions with Caribbean experiences. Museums worldwide now recognize these pieces as significant cultural artifacts that preserve important spiritual and historical information. Understanding Agwe requires moving beyond Western assumptions about religion and spirituality. Vodou operates on principles of reciprocity, respect, and practical wisdom that differ significantly from Abrahamic traditions. Agwe isn't worshipped as a distant deity, but engaged with as a powerful ally who responds to proper treatment with concrete assistance. This relationship model offers alternative approaches to spiritual practice that many modern seekers find deeply appealing. The political dimensions of Agwe worship reflect broader themes in Haitian history and identity. During the colonial period and the revolutionary era, gathering at the shoreline for spiritual ceremonies provided opportunities for resistance planning and community organization. Agwe's protection was invoked not just for fishing expeditions but for dangerous journeys to freedom. These historical connections make his worship inseparable from struggles for independence and dignity. Today's global interest in indigenous wisdom traditions has brought new attention to figures like Agwe. People from various backgrounds are exploring Vodou not as exotic curiosity, but as legitimate spiritual path offering practical guidance and meaningful community. This growing respect represents a significant shift from centuries of misrepresentation and persecution that Vodou practitioners have endured. As we conclude this exploration of Sevite Agwe, remember that we've only touched the surface of this profound spiritual tradition. The secrets of Haitian Vodou run as deep as the ocean itself, with layers of meaning that reveal themselves slowly to sincere seekers. Agwe's wisdom about balance, respect, and connection to natural forces speaks directly to challenges facing our modern world. Whether you approach this knowledge as spiritual seeker, cultural student, or simply curious observer, Agwe's teachings offer valuable perspectives on living harmoniously with powerful forces beyond our control. The next time you stand before any body of water, perhaps you'll sense something of his presence and understand why millions of people across centuries have turned to him for guidance, protection, and blessing. The mysteries of the deep await those brave enough to explore them with open hearts and respectful spirits.